Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. They played with the wrong one. That's all I'm getting. They played with the wrong one. There could be a child here. Either this is a child of the divine or like an actual child, which also is a child of the divine, but I am picking up on the energy of a child here. But there's someone who went too far. They played with the wrong one. There's something specifically about someone whose energy was meddled with or attacked. I'm getting attacked and then meddled with. So there was like a huge amount of energy that was directed towards someone to bring them harm, and then lots of smaller attacks, okay? But there's something here about a being or beings, because I'm just hearing they messed with the wrong one. There are spirits who are very angry about this. Okay, so let's see what's coming through. We'll go to the index cards. So this is somebody who didn't mind betraying you. So this could have been you that someone came against, or someone that you love. Okay. Also, this is somebody who was wearing a mask. Okay, so pretending to be somebody that they weren't or that they aren't. Oh, and we've got here, that's the last one that's faced up, so I'll stop there from just taking those, but they were paid to betray you. There's somebody here who was paid to betray you. Okay, Mercury, so there's communication that's coming through to bring clarity to this situation. Also, there is communication that is coming through the ethers in order to send judgment to whoever this is that has done this. So clarity is coming through to you, and judgment is coming through to whoever it was that sent these attacks. Okay, to a divine being, to you, or to someone you love. Okay, there was a lot of manipulation here, a lot of manipulation. I'm hearing manipulation of truth. Pressured into a third-party situation. So there's somebody here who is being, you may have been pressured into a third-party situation, or perhaps you were attacked because you did not want to participate in a third-party situation. This is because it was involving a cult. This wasn't just like your everyday person who, you know, is wanting to swing or wanting to experience something different, or even a thoughtful process between people who actually want to experience that. It wasn't that. This is a third-party situation that was being forced on someone because they wanted your energy, or someone that you love, okay? Whoever this reading is for, they wanted that energy, but I'm getting that it's yours, divine collective, beautiful being. Yeah, we have lust, and lust was in the reverse. So you are not in a state of lust. You don't operate from a state of lust, but that could be something that someone was trying to hit you with or trying to control you with. Okay, yeah, because I'm getting manipulation and lust. They were trying to use lust to manipulate you. We've got Jupiter here. Your fortune, your success, and your wisdom is only increasing as a result of this situation. 444 on the timer. This is because of your divine protection. There could have been a time where someone was trying to access your, okay, that's what they were trying to do. They wanted access to your Jupiter energy. They wanted your fortune. They wanted your wisdom. They wanted your good luck. They wanted your abundance. They wanted to access all of that through lust. But you denied them, okay? Celebrated too soon. Somebody thought that they had you. They thought that they had it under lock and key, something under lock and key, either your heart or your thoughts, or, oh, I heard defeat. They thought that they had defeated you. They thought they had the situation, this plan under lock and key, but they celebrated too soon. If they only work with one end of the energetic spectrum, they're not a true magician. So this is someone who only works with evil energy. They have evil intentions, and so every bit of connection that they would ever make with the elements, they were doing it to bring harm to you or yours. 555 on the timer. They wanted to create negative change for you in your world, but this is something that they are ultimately not able to succeed with, because a true magician works with both light and dark energy. That's why we have the night and the day. So if this person or this group or whoever this is, Spirit said they, but it could be they like him, her, they, or it could be they, a group of people. Take it how it resonates, okay? But if they only work with nighttime energy or dark energy, then it's not balanced, okay? Also, there's a lack of consciousness within this being. Okay, I'm hearing they were not aware of the severity of their intentions, but now they are, because their intentions that they sent towards you, that they made in order to affect your life, are now null and void, because they know it doesn't work. Nothing that they intended for you has settled in the way that they wanted it to. They see that you are a god or goddess rising. I'm looking at it. I didn't even realize I was gazing into my African Goddess Rising deck. That's by Abiola Abrams. I don't know. There's a reason why that's coming through. But yeah, like throughout this process, you have just become a god or goddess. That's all. Okay? You've mastered your energies. And so because of that, their intentions for you are null and void. And now they're left with all of the energy that they sent your way. It's returned to them. Somebody's dreaming of you. Okay, well. Okay, now that is a song by Selena. And it really is like this very watery, very like, just wanting a person, just desiring them. So I'm seeing that there's an intersection, okay, between this person's energies. They wanted to ruin you, but they also wanted you to be with them. So that is psychotic. Okay, so I see why the lust didn't work. I see why whatever energy they were projecting towards you to try to reel you in did not work, because you picked up on the fact that there is psychopathy and weirdness, okay? Yeah, you've cleansed and purified. This came through in the past reading, okay? So it feels connected. Cheated out of revenge. Now, what I'm getting here is that somebody wanted you to cheat out of revenge. So if this person was trying to cause problems for you in your relationship, they wanted you to go all out. There's somebody here that they were putting into your realm where they wanted you to cheat with them out of lust and out of revenge, if they were stirring up drama or chaos between you and someone that you are with who is divine, okay? But there's also somebody here who wanted to cheat with you out of revenge. There is someone who is potentially or was at one time in a relationship, and so they're very frustrated with that connection, and so they wanted to be with you in a lustful state out of revenge. So basically they wanted to use you. in order to feel better about a situation that they choose to remain in or chose to remain in, which is sick. So, oh, emergency crash C-section. Okay, so somebody could have, and what I'm getting is that there could be somebody here who has used pregnancy in order to, oh, so there's somebody in this reading, there's a karmic who uses sex for revenge. They cheat out of revenge, which is why they wanted you to do that, and they wanted to do that with you. But there is a feminine here, okay, who has either gotten pregnant, or there is a masculine who has gotten someone pregnant, and they experienced an emergency crash C-section, or an emergency or crash C-section, or they had complications with their pregnancy. Okay, they had complications with their pregnancy. Yeah, because you have a divine union, okay? If you have not already manifested this, this is on the way. But that's why they wanted you to cheat out of revenge. So for most of you that this resonates with, you're already in a divine union. But there's somebody here who was trying to stir up trouble between you. And so they wanted you to cheat on this person out of revenge because they know that your connection with them is truly divine. Somebody's on their way to prison because they have been manipulating and they have broken the law in order to do that. I'm getting that this is someone who uses evil magic, okay, evil intentions, evil magic. They harness the power of entities that they don't even know or work with in a dedicated way. They just go through the underworld, scooping up whatever will allow them to take on their energy in that time, okay? So they don't think about spiritual law, they don't think about universal law, they don't think about the consequences of their actions of using certain energies or tapping into certain frequencies and what that might mean for them in the long run. This is a person who is trying to manipulate your world. They do not think about connecting with deities and entities over a long period of time. They just want to use them 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. It's all about the now. They don't think about the domino effect that has now hit them. So they have made very poor judgment, used very poor judgment in the entities that they have connected with in order to try to control your destiny. And because of that psychosis that they are now experiencing as a result of so much astral travel, not grounding themselves, working with any demonic entity that would render itself useful to them in that moment, they have made poor legal choices and they are now on their way to prison. They want to be you. So this is a person who doesn't just want to, you know, experience your destiny. They didn't just want to take your lover. They literally wanted your life. They wanted to become you. And they thought that if they connected with all of these demons and whatever angels would work with them, they didn't really care what they were working with. They just wanted something to give them the power to become you. Completely obsessive. And also maniacal. Okay, so they might be going to prison for something like tax evasion. I am getting that. Look at all that green there with my polish and the marker. There's something here about this person's money that has been very funny. And because of that, they are experiencing legal problems. I'm hearing they've been backed in a corner. They have been neglected and left alone by the very people they tried to con into supporting them for life. Okay, so their goal was always to be supported financially for life while also like wearing your skin. You know, they wanted to become you. And that didn't work out. That didn't work out. Okay, there's some sort of stolen inheritance here. This could be a person who has taken care of an older person just to con them out of their their finances, okay? Also, they may have agreed to take care of a person who they knew was close to the point of crossing over. If this person did take care of a person while they were in their last days, like, this is not the person that you want to be around when you're not up and at them. I'm just gonna say that. This is not the one. But anyway, if they did take on that responsibility, right? Oh, I'll take care of them. I know they're getting older. They can come, you know, and live with me, and I'll live with them and take care of them. They were doing it just so that they could mooch off of this person and take advantage of their finances, okay? But it says stolen inheritance. So whatever it is that they try to take from this person, they have been or are being found out for their tactics, okay? They were not able to successfully do this, perhaps in the past, but they either have been found out for this trickery or they are being found out. Try to sabotage your work or business. So this is someone who tried to, I'm hearing reel in money through you, okay? Fraudulent activity is coming through, fraudulent activity. Also, they may have found other people to try to harness the energy of your business as well. It's something about them like knocking at your door, or them scheduling with you, or doing something where you already knew who they were, right? So they couldn't come to you fraudulently over and over again. So they hired other people. You know, it could be something like going on Craigslist, trying to find people to come to your store if you have a storefront, or maybe ordering something from you online, or booking with you, and then maybe like putting out false reviews, fake reviews, or bad reviews, or something like that. But I'm also getting that there was an energetic reason why they were doing this, and it was to harness your energy. They just wanted access to you. Very creepy behavior. They're itching to tell you the truth. So there's something that they want to reveal to you. They only keep a lover with dark magic. So this is what they do to keep people close to them, is they use evil magic. Okay, I'm kind of evolving in how I talk about dark magic, because I don't like to associate things that are dark with things that are evil. They can be different, okay? But they use evil, controlling, manipulative rituals to hold on to lovers. I'm seeing them take off a mask, and everyone that was around them runs away, screaming. They look like they have just seen something out of a horror film. People are seeing through their lies and trickery. Yeah, exactly. People are seeing the truth of this person. They know that what they were doing to you, they know that what they were doing to you was unwarranted. But in at the period of time when they were watching this person attack you, they thought it was funny. But now they see how sick it is, because more than likely this person has been doing things. I mean, if they're going to prison, and it could be spiritual prison or actual prison, but I do get the vibe of actual prison here because of the stolen inheritance, what came through about the legal situation, and them being found out. Middle of the road flying monkey, the worst of all. Okay, so this is something that came to me in a download. This person that was attacking you, they used a lot of middle of the road flying monkeys, which they can be the worst of all, because they know better but are too weak to do better. They're too weak to stand up to the narcissist. So what I would consider a full-fledged flying monkey is someone who is so blind to the narcissist's tricks that they're all in, and they think that the narcissist is the best thing since what do they call it? Sliced bread. And they're very loyal to them, but they believe in the narcissist, right? A flying monkey who is actually strong won't be a flying monkey for long. They might be up under the narcissist's wing for a little while, but once they see, they're like, oh no, I'm not headed in this direction because I don't want to have anything to do with these lies and tricks. But a middle of the road flying monkey, they see the tricks, they know who this person is, but they're too weak to speak up against it, or to tell this person, I'm not going to align with you anymore. They just kind of go along for the ride, which is the worst. That is like confirmation. That's the worst. Like, stand up. If you know they're wrong, either disassociate from them, like don't have anything to do with them anymore, or speak out against it, you know? Endings bring new beginnings. So you have beautiful beginnings that are coming to you as a result of your willingness to, okay, they said crows. As a result of your willingness to be you in the face of all this. Wow. Yeah, there was so much conflict that you went through. And look, you're in this Empress energy. Now, I see this in several ways. The whole goal here was to bring conflict to your Empress energy, to your empire, to your abundance, to your beauty, okay? To everything in your world that is a blessing. But also, I'm seeing this as because of the conflict that you went through, or despite the conflict that you went through, you are still the Empress. And I say because I'm not crediting this person or any of their flying monkeys with your success. But what I am saying is that you use this situation as an opportunity to practice alchemy and to become a master alchemist. So you took every bit of evil energy, and there was a plenty of it, okay? You used every bit of that energy and turned it into what you were divinely guided to. And that is your beautiful empire, your creative energy, okay? Yeah, there's an absolute death to everything that was a conflict or that was constantly hitting your empire with the energy of defeat. Okay, because look at that. 5 of Wands, the Empress, and Death. Whatever was trying to pose a threat to your empire is now done, and it is transformed. Okay, you are renewed, beautiful being. You got the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a part of your regeneration with that transformation that comes through the Death card. There's something that as the Page of Wands you are so on fire to do and to create. This is your inspiring energy. You're inspired with a new opportunity. There's a seed that you're planting that is fruitful. I'm looking at my sun poster. I was gazing into it. I didn't even realize, but that's success. So there's something about a seed that you have planted that is fruitful. It is successful, okay? And it's growing. You got the Queen of Swords. So you have made decisions with clarity. There's something that you are speaking out on. You might be speaking about the toxicity that you went through. With this Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, there could be something about your Queen of Swords energy that activates your abundance. So your willingness to speak on something. Your willingness to see truth. Your willingness to see what is actually there. When somebody wanted to pull the wool over your eyes with all of these disguises and all of this this energy that they use to create illusions, you know, like I saw them taking off their mask and people were running. It's like you have seen through that because you see with clarity as the Queen of Swords. Okay, that could be Queen of Cups as well, where your psychic vision is clear. But with the Queen of Swords, I'm seeing that your sword cuts through the illusions. And there's something that you're very honest about. You're very like, this is how it is. And this could also be the vibe that you are being guided to align with on anything regarding this situation. One of clarity, where you're like, look, I am not, because it came through, yeah, King of Wands. It came through that there are a lot of people, or at least some beings associated with this narcissist, who are like the middle of the road flying monkeys. They see the ish. They know that this person is, I heard cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? But, okay, so they are not thinking straight. They are not in a state of clarity or compassion. And that's what other people are aware of now. You have experienced this. You have lived through this because you were the one being hit with all of that energy. Whereas other people were just enjoying sitting back and ha 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 ha. Well, they have all had experiences now with this narcissist where they have been hit with this person's energy. So it's like the narcissist turned on their own flying monkeys. That's what happened. The narcissist turned on their own flying monkeys. And whoever these were, the middle of the road flying monkeys, okay, they have now been hit with some realness that you have always seen with the Queen of Swords. And there's something about you not being afraid of calling a spade a spade. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, with the King of Wands here, there's Four of Pentacles, High Priestess, and King of Wands. So there's something about your leadership energy where you're grounded, but you're also with the High Priestess. You are intuitive, and people know that you know what you're talking about. So not only are you very self-assured, and you are based in a frequency of clarity and logic, but also intuition, which to me is the best of both worlds. When you have common sense, but you also can see through into other realms and dimensions, like, come on now. And that's something that you use in your leadership skills that grounds you. With the Four of Pentacles, you're very stable as a leader because you are both, you have clear vision and insight, foresight, but you also have common sense, okay? This comes after a time of the Seven of Swords where you were being hit with every bit of lies and deception that this narcissist and their flying monkeys were trying to hit you with. But look at you. With the Six of Wands, you are victorious. There's nothing and there's no one whose lies can stop you. Okay? Let me see here. I wanted... Was this the one? That's not the one I wanted. Let me see here. Oh. Yeah, this is it. I wanted to close with this one. I love this deck. Ascendium. It's one of my favorites. Oh yeah, you're multidimensional, which is what... You see why I love this deck? That's what I was just saying, was that you see clearly, okay, and you have very deep intuitive gifts, okay, but you also are grounded in common sense, okay? Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. What does this beautiful being need to know as we close the reading? Yeah, and also this multi-dimensional gift that you have of, I'm hearing soaring and flowing through other realms, is being illuminated. Look at that. The cat spirit has been coming through to me. I was outside with my kids washing the cars the other day, and there was this cat that just kept coming over. And she was so cute. She didn't have a collar, but she was so cute, and like she wanted to just be, you know, with us, and it was so cute. But anyway, yeah, so the cat spirit might be very precious to you, or it might be speaking to you at this time. All right, but you are very multidimensional, and that's something that people are seeing about you. It draws people in, It draws in your soul tribe, okay? And it supports you in your leadership qualities. Yeah, so continue to release what doesn't serve you, beautiful being. Because I'm hearing that you want to remain light, okay? If you start feeling like you're being weighed down, lighten your load by doing a releasing ritual. Even if it's something that, you know, like in the spiritual community, a lot of times people be like, oh, I got over that a long time ago. I've been over that. Okay, that's great. Okay. But sometimes things come through because there might be something from a past situation that, yes, while we've healed from that on a deep level, there's something else that could be released, or there's another way in which we could become even lighter, right? So I'm hearing, don't put a cap on your healing. And there are deep realizations that you will continue to make about things that happened years ago. And not only is it going to continue to strengthen you, but it's going to also assist other people. Because, oh, you know, okay, this is something that's coming through. I'm so grateful for this. A lot of times we're called to reflect on a past wound, not necessarily because it's coming through for us, because, you know, oh, you might go back to that person or something like that. No, it could be that you're being guided to reflect on something that happened to you in the past, because there's somebody in the present, in your present, that could benefit from that reflection. Like, there are some things that I went through around the age of 21. I'm 44 now. When I was 21, that were completely traumatic. And I always feel like healing is spiral. Like you know, you continue to heal and ascend, but you might revisit the same things from your past. I mean, that's our experiences, right? But there's something here about not being opposed to reflect on something that you truly feel like you've healed from, because there might be some more wisdom that you can glean from that situation, or it could be coming back to you, or you might be brought back to that experience to reflect on it, because it could help somebody that is in your vicinity right now, okay? Especially if you create content, or if you're writing a book or something like that. If you create music, there could be a frequency about a past experience that would really be powerful, infusing that into something that you're working on currently. All right, so yeah. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I am so grateful that you allow them to come through me. And thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune into this reading. I am so grateful to you. Thank you. I'm also thankful for your likes, your kind comments, your shares, your subscribes, your hypes, your donations, every bit of love that you send to this space of In Her Dreams. I am so grateful for it. I love you, and I wish you peace, joy, and so many blessings. Take care.